Ladies and gentlemen, this is ProWSoul from ProWSoul.co.uk, and today the topic of the day will be Hulk Hogan. That's right, Hulk Hogan, and the fact that he actually said that Vince McMahon has actually agreed that he can wrestle in Wrestlemania 32. Is this the case? Is this really going to happen? I mean, is this what Vince McMahon said? Well, apparently he went to Vince McMahon saying that, I'm gonna see you next year's WrestleMania, and Vince McMahon said, well, I'll see you there, and it was more of a, okay, I'll believe it when I see it type of an approach of what Vince McMahon said. So really, I think Hulk Hogan has just been speaking to doctors and has come to the conclusion that, he wants to fight one more time, and it would be a good thing for him. It would be a good thing, especially it's a Dallas stadium Wrestlemania, and it's going to be huge, and he wants to do it. So do I really want to see him have a singles match? I mean, if he was 100%, if Hulk Hogan was 100%, and then I would love it. I would. I think it would be awesome. Unfortunately, he, with his hip injuries and the problems with his hips and all his injuries, is he going to be possible for him to do it? I think maybe, possibly, yeah. I mean, will it be an amazing match? No, I mean, but what I would say is it's better that he does it sooner than later, because if he does it later, obviously, the hips and other things may start to depreciate, unfortunately, and he may not be able to wrestle again. So if he will have one more match, I would have loved to see him against John Cena. I would have loved to see him a few years back, actually, when they were talking about this. I would have loved to see Hulk Hogan versus John Cena, because it's kind of like, McDonald's versus Burger King. McDonald's being Hulk Hogan because of the red and yellow, and Burger King is John Cena, because simply John Cena's been every colour under the sun, hasn't he, really? as he's been called the Fruity Pebbles of the WWE. So that is exactly what John Cena is, and it would just be good to see a gimmick versus gimmick match, and it would be kind of like a WrestleMania 18 where The Rock faced Hulk Hogan. But the thing when that happened was they were both still at the time okay enough to wrestle. Rock was always good enough to wrestle at that time. However, Hulk Hogan was still good enough he could work a match. Whereas now Hulk Hogan, the fan inside of me wants to see him have that match with John Cena. It really does. It's just like, go on, you two, and have that WrestleMania moment where it would have been awesome at that time where John Cena and The Rock were wrestling, because I think they were trying to build that up to be the same thing. However, simply because they both hated each other, it just didn't work out, did it? But I think they can definitely work this out very, very well if John Cena and Hulk Hogan do it, because both are good drama queens and both know how to get attention from the crowd. They can work it big time. It would be awesome. But realistically speaking, it ain't possible, really. Not a full-on match, especially with a hip injury. A hip injury is not a small thing. But, you never know. With doctors nowadays and prosthetics, etc., certainly is possible. and I would love to see it happen. But if it doesn't, well, I guess it isn't going to be possible. Now, one of the things which Hulk Hogan did say is that he may want to do a tag team match. Now, that is quite interesting, because he doesn't really have to work as hard in that. He just needs to do a couple of times where he comes in and just kind of hulks up a few times and kind of give him the right hand and you type of thing. So I would like to see that. I wouldn't mind seeing that either. I would like maybe they could do John Cena and Hulk Hogan versus Damien Sandow and the Macho Mando and Wrestlemania. That would be good, but I doubt that would be the case, because John Cena at WrestleMania, you'd need him for a big spot, and having him in a spot where he would be facing two weaklings as such, with Axel and Damien Sandow, it would just be pointless. And let's be honest, that storyline, it may dissipate completely by then. It's a year away and it may not be there. But who else would who else could they wrestle? I mean, at that particular time, they could maybe wrestle someone from the Authority. Kane and a handicap match where Jamie Noble and the other guy, I don't know what his name is, Jamie Noble and the other guy and Kane, they could be facing John Cena and Hulk Hogan. That would be a good match even too. And or they could do it for the tag team championship one more time, like they did where it was Hulk Hogan and Edge versus, I don't know who it was, but they won the tag team championship, and that was a nice little moment. So they could do that, where Hulk Hogan and John Cena would be facing for the tag team championships. Or they could just basically get him and Roddy Piper, and face some guys who are really disrespectful, maybe like the Ascension as such. That would be a good one. Kind of build the Ascension up as well. Or even the New Day. That would be perfect segment, where the New Day could have a triple threat and face maybe John Cena and Hulk Hogan, or could be Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan, and they could have a great match and it could work it very well. On the alternative, we could have the Hulk Hogan from the NWO, and that would just be pure damn cool. It could be the NWO, Scott Hall, Nash and Hulk Hogan versus the New Day. That would just be cool as hell. Can you imagine that? I mean, I don't know if any of you guys knew my view on this year's WrestleMania and WrestleMania 31, where they screwed Sting because they just made it all about the Monday Night Wars, which shouldn't have been the case. They should have made it about Sting. But that would have been a good segment if they didn't make it about Sting at WrestleMania 31. However, it was about Sting, so they messed it up. However, for next year's WrestleMania, they could get the NWO and maybe have one more match and maybe face a New Day, some of the new talents, or maybe even have them face the old talent again, which is against DX. And they don't need the Triple H. They could just, they can just get Shawn Michaels, who the other two guys? Yeah, New Age Outlaws, or they could just get New Age Outlaws and X-Pac and face the NWO. That would just be a great segment as well in WrestleMania. So we've got a lot of food for thought there with Hulk Hogan. And you know what, regardless of whatever, I mean, I'm looking at his professional career. He can still pull a crowd, say what you want. he's a good drama queen in terms of getting the attention to him. So why not? I would like to, if he was gonna do a tag match, I would actually, now I'm thinking about it, I would like him to do the NWO angle, maybe against DX, or maybe against a New Day. I'm not gonna do that because I'm not. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Hulk Hogan is gonna be back, or do you think he is not? I personally think Vince McMahon is just playing with his feelings, but I hope Hulk Hogan just brings him and gives him the doctor's report and says, "I'm ready, dude. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready, bro, and I'm ready to fight in Wrestlemania, and I'm going to, give a leg drop. No, don't do the leg drop. Maybe do a big splash. That might be something different. I don't want to see you do a leg drop, not after hearing about your hip and everything else, Hogan. So, yes, Hulk Hogan, come back for one WrestleMania. And if you do, for your health's sake, I would say, do a triple threat match. Not a triple threat. A tag team match where there's 3 against 3. Or if we're talking that you can work a proper full match, then I would like you to face John Cena and make it like WrestleMania 18, where you did it with The Rock, because that was damn awesome. That was just damn cool to watch, and you know how to get the crowd going, I'll tell you that for sure. So, what do you guys think, people? Do you think he will wrestle